The idea that psychedelics and religion are somehow connected is not new. For thousands of years, our ancestors have participated in their consumption. Mesoamerican cultures, along with those of Europe and Africa, all have a history of entheogenic experimentation. And as a result of this, it's only reasonable to ask the question psychonauts around the world want to know. Is religion simply a consequence of hallucinogenic drug consumption? Of course, this is a very difficult question to answer. Religion as a phenomenon has occurred all around the world, and the roots of many belief systems are unknown to modern humans. Yet our inability to see into the past has not put a stop to our search for answers. Perhaps we should start with the famous archeologist John Marco Allegro. This was a man who had carefully studied the Dead Sea Scrolls. And in 1970, he published his notorious book, The Sacred Mushroom and the Cross, a publication that would ruin his career. In it, Allegro claims that Christianity stems from fertility cults or religious beliefs that, at least in part, have to do with reproductive rituals, sexual rituals, and rituals that aim to sexually stimulate the god or gods, who are the sole cause of reproduction and growth itself. The book also alleges that Jesus himself was a mythological creation of early Christians who were indeed tripping balls. But apart from these unconventional explanations of Judeo-Christian text, there are societies today that continue to live an archaic lifestyle, with revelations from the psychedelic experience at the core of their belief systems. The shamans of Peru consume a brew that contains dimethyltryptamine called ayahuasca. Ask one of the shamans about the entities you encounter during a trip, and they won't hesitate to tell you that said entities are dead people communicating with you. They refer to them as the ancestors. But shamans who take drugs and obsess over ancestors exist in other places as well, far away from the jungles in Peru. In Cameroon, a religion known as Bwiti is practiced. They too participate in the consumption of hallucinogens, and ancestors are also a part of their religion. But an interesting thing to note is that although they have similar values, the drugs they take are different. Those who practice the Bwiti religion consume the roots of the iboga plant in large doses, which begs the question, why are two completely distant civilizations coming to similar conclusions with completely different drugs? It's a difficult question to answer when you consider that both religion and psychedelic drug use are two facets of the human experience that have always been shrouded in mystery. Humanity has always struggled to understand itself, and the tools we use to do so have a tendency to give us more questions than answers. At the extremes of the human experience lie religion and psychedelics. Regardless of how you feel about them, you'd be hard-pressed to find anything else that has influenced us to such a degree. Yet with so much to ask and so little we know, the connection between the plants we use and the mantras we chant may be little more than an atypical inkling in your average psychonaut's mind. I'm TheModernApe, and if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe.